Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The return of school also means the return of school sports. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg spoke with a sports medicine doctor about one of the major injuries that our kids can be at risk for.
Concussions are one of the most dangerous injuries that can happen to an athlete. Concussions occur frequently in contact sports like football, soccer, and basketball. Concussions don't only happen in professional sports. The middle and high school level can be just as dangerous. So how do concussions happen, and what can we do to prevent them?
Any impact to the body can actually cause a concussion. It doesn't necessarily have to be a direct impact to the head. But the things that you can do, wear safety gear, helmets, protective padding.
According to Dr. Gito, he sees anywhere from 1 to 2 concussion patients a week, which can be well more than 50 patients a year for him alone. Some concussions can have severe long-term effects that can damage a young athlete's development if left untreated.
Long-term risks can be, issues with memory, issues with chronic headaches, issues with holding on to jobs.
So I had a headache, I got dizzy, I was sensitive to light, and loud noises as well.
Donovan Ryan is a former concussion patient of Dr. Gito.
Well, the concussion was very quick. I didn't even know what happened.
Donovan is a freshman soccer player for Haverly High School. While he is able to keep playing soccer after his concussion, he had to go through lots of tests to get cleared again.
I had to do like a straight line test or like balance testing and memory tests and etc., etc.
Are high schools doing enough to help prevent these injuries from happening and help treat them when they do?
Schools that have athletic trainers are a big benefit to helping manage concussions as a whole, because unfortunately, not all sports medicine physicians can be at the sideline every day, and the athletic trainers play a really big role in helping be our eyes and ears when it comes to watching athletes and helping take care of them.
Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Corning.
A Towanda woman has been charged for illegally buying 6 guns for another person. According to police, Shayna McAlmont bought the guns for another person to support her drug addiction. Police say one of those guns was involved in a crime committed in Elmira. They say McAlmont would buy the guns at a local gun store, then hand them over to another person in the parking lot. McAlmont is being held in the Bradford County Correctional Facility. A Corning woman was arrested for welfare fraud. According to the Steuben County Sheriff's Office, Amanda Painter misused food stamps and received benefits from Steuben County Social Services that she was not eligible to receive. Painter was already in Steuben County Jail for unrelated charges. She will be charged with misuse of food stamps and petty larceny. President Biden traveled to Pennsylvania today to speak on his plan to reduce gun violence in the U.S. His visit comes as the Democratic Party appears to be gaining momentum ahead of the midterm elections. Carolyn Shively has more.
Defund the police, give that money to community.
President Biden is trying to flip the script of some liberals in his party when it comes to policing.
The answer isn't to defund the police, it's to fund the police.
Mr. Biden will deliver that message in a speech in Pennsylvania this afternoon and talk about his proposed plan for 100,000 new police officers over 5 years, more attorneys in DA's offices, increased mental health services, and a 13% boost to the ATF's budget to go after illegal guns. An ABC News poll this month found that Republicans still have an 11-point advantage over Democrats when it comes to crime, and the president himself is underwater in most polls. Those low numbers had many Democrats downplaying their Biden connections for months. But with recent legislative wins and a slight uptick in popularity, the president is now hitting the campaign trail.
There are major issues that are going to affect all these races, but the one thing that is going to be most determinative is this is an election about Biden.
President Biden will also make a stop in the battleground state of Wisconsin on Monday.
President Biden's coming here to celebrate Labor Day. There's nothing to celebrate here. I mean, his policies have been a disaster.
A new CBS poll predicts Republicans will take back the House in the midterm elections, but by a smaller margin than once thought. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Governor Hochul was in New York City today to announce a new statewide child care funding campaign alongside Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. The governor says the goal is to raise awareness of the increased income eligibility for childcare subsidies in New York. The eligibility for the program has been expanded to families of 4, earning up to $83,250 a year. It was previously capped for families making $55,500. The Child Care Assistance Campaign is focused on urging New Yorkers to access this benefit so they can receive help paying for child care.
Almost $16 million went to expand child care. Where? At SUNY and CUNY campuses, because if we want people to better themselves and get those higher wage jobs, they need that credential, they need that certificate, or they need that actual degree. How do they get that when they've got little kids tagging behind them? So now we say, you come, better yourself, we'll help take care of your kids.
Shelters in New York City are scrambling to find housing for the busloads of migrants coming from Texas. Some of the migrants are being temporarily housed in hotels in New York City. Teresa Priolo has more.
We are receiving migrants coming to our city not only because it's the right thing to do, but because it's something that we're very proud to do.
This hotel across the street from Central Park has dedicated 126 beds to helping families in need.
We are seeing the city move at the speed of light, working together with public and private partnerships, like working with hotels. The city has the resources to work with the private sector to getting this done.
The city has been short on details. They're promising services but aren't saying what kind. It's not clear how long these families can stay and if there's a plan to transition them out. These families, some of the 7,600 migrants who have come to New York seeking a new life.
We are a city of immigrants and a country of immigrants, and we welcome them. And New York is the most diverse city in the country, and bring them on. We need them.
I think it's important to have those because there's opportunities here that aren't available elsewhere.
The city has asked us not to identify the hotel for privacy reasons, but one guest told us, unlike other locations, this is not a shelter. It is a hotel with paying customers. This young woman is an incoming college freshman who was asked to check out amid a maintenance issue.
They told us that it was a water issue. I came back like a few hours ago and the security lock had been removed from our door and the window was open.
Their bags are now packed too. The hotel has placed them at a sister property. We reached out to the hotel and to the city to see if these migrant families are being placed in a facility with water issues. The hotel told us the issue was quickly resolved, but the paying guests were already relocated to another property ahead of the asylum seekers' arrival. On the Upper West Side, Teresa Priolo, Fox 5 News.
Still ahead, we have your complete forecast, plus
a breast cancer survivor's ice helmet helping thousands of patients prevent hair loss during chemotherapy. I'm Jackie Ibanez. That much more straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
The last few days of August are keeping us on our toes. I'm meteorologist Alyssa Triplett, and we did see high temperatures climbing to the 90s yesterday, and then we wrapped in some of those showers and thunderstorms that did bring about 1/10 of an inch of accumulation to Elmira, as well as across much of the area. With just a light accumulation, though, we're still going to have to add in what we expect, what we push through today as well, which is looking to be anywhere from about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. But showers are expected to end through the overnight, but also note that we are going to keep some of that moisture in the air, so some foggy conditions may be noted for your Wednesday morning commute. So make sure that you have those headlights on. The high beams make it more difficult to see in those dense fog spots, so make sure to give yourself some extra time as you step out the door. But what will be in store for us as we head through the rest of this week and as we round into the month of September, we'll have the rain showers end tonight, and we should keep clear skies as we head through the rest of at least the work week. Now, temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler as we see that these showers and thunderstorms have been noted off frontal systems sweeping on through the region, and we'll detail more on how those temperatures will change in here over the next 24 24 to 48 hours. But we'll also keep an eye on another cold front that will be sweeping throughout the holiday forecast that will bring a change in the temperature trend, but also could spark up another round of some showers and thunderstorms. So heading into our Wednesday forecast, note that we'll still have some stronger winds due to that cold front sweeping through the area. Wind gust potential will be anywhere from about 20 to up to about 30 miles per hour. So with that wind out of the northwest, that is going to drag those temperatures down as we're looking at high temperatures only to top off into those mid 70s across the area, looking at even climbing to about 78 into Elmira, Bath around 77. Also note that you're seeing a few icons with some stray showers. Can't be ruled out, especially in those early morning hours, but as mentioned, definitely trending for a brighter and drier day. Where there is, though, some chance for some showers and thunderstorms will be with a secondary cold front passage into portions of New York as we step from Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. Now, due to the proximity of that cold front by Wednesday afternoon, it does still remain off across northern portions of Lake Ontario. So some afternoon thunderstorms will be possible across the coastal areas of Lake Ontario, although southern portions of New York should stay dry due to a high pressure system. However, with that frontal system passage late on Wednesday into Thursday, we will see the cooler air drop in with it, which is going to keep temperatures anywhere from about 5 to 10 degrees cooler than what we're experiencing on Wednesday, with only a high of about 74 degrees into Elmira. So cooler, but we do see a turnaround in those temperatures as we trend into that 7-day forecast. You'll watch that we're back up into the 80s quickly on Friday as we stay under abundant sunshine and get back into a southerly wind. That will bring us up to those upper 80s on Saturday. Maybe a little bit of some of that summertime heat in store, but then that next cold front sweeps through, and that could bring a few isolated storms into our Saturday forecast, which will also drag those temperatures back down into the 80s and then the 70s as well, as we'll head into that Labor Day holiday forecast and into much of next work week.
Fashion trends, we know they come and go, but one item is proving its relevancy even after the pandemic made us crave comfier clothes and footwear. Jackie Ibanez has a look at why high heels are making a comeback.
I feel like $1,000,000 after what I put heels on.
Look out, flats and sneakers. High heels are making a comeback. As the signature click-clack noise is once again echoing throughout offices and streets nationwide.
They want to express themselves more now,
signaling a move away from the era of comfort clothes ushered in by the pandemic. With COVID-19 restrictions ending, people returning to the office, and postponed events making their way back onto your calendar.
We have seen an uptick in demand for high heels with our customer.
Data collected by market research company the NPD Group highlights the rebounding sales.
In the first half of 2020, the dress high heel business fell about 50% versus 2019. In 2021, it gained back about 1/3 of what it lost as we saw some recovery, but that recovery was muted because COVID was still a major concern at that point. It really wasn't until the first half of 2022 that we saw a real improvement as social calendars filled back up.
But if you think going back to high heels means you have to sacrifice comfort, retail directors say there's plenty of alternatives.
Whether they're wedges, which are making a comeback, or even a lower kitten heel that many customers are gravitating to because it gives them that bit of height and refinement while also not sacrificing what she's been used to over the past 2 years.
Although high heel sales are up in dollar value, there's still more work to be done when it comes to unit sales. They're down by 14% from before the pandemic.
As America grapples with the nationwide labor shortage, new research now suggests long COVID is at least partially to blame. According to the CDC, long COVID is the reoccurring health issue, explains the reoccurring health issues that come after first getting the virus. A recent report by the Brookings Institution says that approximately 16 million working age Americans currently have long COVID, and up to 4 million of those are not able to work because of it, contributing to about 1/3 of the nationwide labor shortage and a yearly loss of around $170 billion in wages. After a chaotic summer travel season, the FAA is warning flight disruptions will likely stick around for the fall and winter, so get ready. Labor shortages combined with pent-up travel demand are still a main concern, causing long lines, lost baggage, flight cancellations, and delays. Some major airports have been forced to cap the number of passengers departing daily, while while some airlines are cutting fall and winter schedules to account for staffing shortages. And travel advisors say these measures likely won't be going away anytime soon. According to FlightWare, the rate of flight cancellations fell in July, but after severe storms in August, that rate is expected to tick back up again. Officials have growing concern over low fuel supplies in the Northeast. According to the Department of Energy, supplies of heating oil and diesel fuel are more than 50% below the recent average. That's particularly concerning for states in the Northeast that rely heavily on heating oil to warm their homes in the winter. Officials pointing to the war in Ukraine as part of the reason for that shortage. To get ahead of the problem, the Department of Energy is urging major oil companies to hold on to their stocks and not increase exports. New research shows more people are quietly quitting their jobs. It's a term to describe people who actually remain on the job, but who phone it in and say no to additional work with no added pay. According to a Gallup survey, Gen Z and younger millennials born in 1989 and later indicated the lowest employment engagement level compared to other age groups. One employee says many of his peers don't like the idea that work has to be your life and says they don't see the payoff in hard work. Stay with us. We'll have more after the break. And here's a story to give you that smile for tonight. Cheers to 18 years for two giant pandas. Tuan and Ewan turned 18 this week and celebrated with a two-tiered birthday cake. The sweet treat was made of frozen fruit and sugarcane on top. The two pandas were given to Taiwan from China in 2008 as part of an exchange program. Tuan, a male, was born on September 1st, 2004, and Ewan, a female, marks her big day on Wednesday. Combining their names, Tuan and Ewan, means unification in English. I'm Harriet Wallace. Thank you all so much for watching.